Hey man, what it is? This is Dame, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App, $ Dame by any means. There go to PayPal at Dame by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. Hey, everybody that be showing love in that Cash App, that be showing love on the super chats, man. Y'all is so amazing, man. I truly appreciate it. Y'all can spend y'all money with anybody in the world, but you here with me. And like I said, man, that's never undervalued. That's never underappreciated. Thanks for the love, y'all. Thanks for supporting the channel, truly. Um, the Gervonta Davis resume lie, we gotta talk about it, y'all. We gotta talk about it. You probably haven't heard, um, but this big lie that Gervonta Davis don't fight nobody and he got easy competition and blah 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 has officially been exposed. And I want to say it's amazing because the person that exposed it can't nobody say a word about this fighter. People say Gervonta Davis don't fight nobody. It's mighty funny because Terence Crawford, the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, the guy that the whole world respects, the world renowned, world class fighter, Terence Crawford, said his hardest fight wasn't Earl Spence or Madrimov or Sean Porter or Kell Brook. He said his two hardest fights, one was Mean Machine, but he said his hardest fight was Yuriokis Gamboa. And that's a guy that Gervonta Davis fought way back in 2019. And before anybody say, well, Dean, Gamboa was old, Gamboa was younger than Terence Crawford, Vasil Lomachenko, Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury, and all of them are right at this very moment. And he was a champion at the time when Gervonta Davis fought him. So literally, Gervonta Davis could have said, oh, I don't want to fight him because he's 35 years old and he even though he has the belt, so I'm just not going to take the fight. But he didn't do that. Terence Crawford sat up there and said that his hardest fight was Yuriokis Gamboa. Ain't that amazing? And Gervonta Davis beat Yuriokis Gamboa worse than Terence Crawford did. Absolutely. So it's mighty funny that y'all all run around and say that Gervonta Davis don't fight nobody. Well, Terence Crawford, the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, couldn't disagree with you more. Actually, he thinks that a guy Gervonta Davis knocked out is actually the best fighter that he has ever fought. And it's amazing how all you people be sitting up there making these lies. And I could jump ahead of it before you start because you're going to say, oh, well, Gamboa was old. But none of y'all call Terence Crawford old. We about to watch Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. They both older than Yuriokis Gamboa was at that time. And guess who else fought him? Guess who else fought Gamboa right after Gervonta Davis? Devin Haney fans. Devin Haney fought him after Gervonta Davis. So if he was old when Tank fought him, then what was he when Devin Haney fought him? And how you know that that's a lie? Because none of y'all called Lomachenko old when he fought Devin Haney, and he was the same age Yuriokis Gamboa was when he fought Gervonta Davis. Let's talk about it. I'm so glad that I be on the right side of history and I could break these things down because it's a bunch of earthmen in this world that got an agenda. And their agenda is to tear Gervonta Davis down. And I totally get it and I understand because y'all earthmen. If you ask me, y'all on the Bill Haney payroll. That's just my opinion, though. Y'all talk about all these other fighters fighting people, then say Gervonta Davis ain't making the best fight, but then you hang your hat on Devin Haney versus Lomachenko when Lomachenko was the same age when he fought Devin Haney that Yuriokis Gamboa was when he fought Gervonta Davis. And what makes it worse is Yuriokis Gamboa had two more fights after Gervonta Davis. And then he bowed out. Vasil Lomachenko only had one fight after Devin Haney, and he's talking about bowing out. You see how it come around, though? Don't argue with me, y'all. Please argue with Terence Crawford, the number one pound for pound fighter that's 37 years old. So before you start saying that people are old, I want you to understand this. The guy that you say are number one and maybe number two pound for pound, and Alexander Usyk and Terence Crawford, they are both 37 years old. So do age matter or don't it? Because last time I checked, Idris Landy Lara is out here destroying everything, and he's 41 years old. I'm just saying. He just stopped Danny Garcia, who's what, 7 years younger than him? Lomachenko just stopped George Kambosos, who a lot of y'all Devin Haney fans hang y'all hat on and say he beat Tio. Kambosos is only 32, 33 years old. But I get it though. Everything Devin Haney does is right. Everything Gervonta Davis does is wrong. Yeah, Yoriokas Gamboa was better when he fought Devin Haney than he was when he fought Gervonta Davis. Ain't that funny, y'all? And I'm so glad that Terence Crawford came out here because they asked him that question. And I just wanted to show y'all the correlation between the two. I just wanted to show y'all the correlation between the two. See, what I realized is age only matters when you're trying to tear down a fighter. But then y'all use age against Floyd Mayweather when he fought Canelo and said Canelo Alvarez was too young, even though Canelo Alvarez had 30-something, 40-something fights by that time and was 24 years old. You know, the same age Devin Haney was when he got undisputed. Ain't it funny that Devin Haney wasn't too young, but y'all said Canelo Alvarez was too young and unexperienced? I just want to expose the hate. I just want to expose the double standards in boxing. This is why people don't like talking to Deem, and I understand it. I get it. You got to pick which side of the argument you're on. You got to pick which side of the argument you are on. Because y'all said Canelo Alvarez was too young, but he was the same age Devin Haney was when he achieved undisputed. So was 24 years old too young? Muhammad Ali was 22 years old when he beat Sonny Liston and became heavyweight champion of the world. Yup. Mike Tyson was what, 20 when he became heavyweight champion of the world? 21? So it's funny that y'all only use age to tear down somebody, never big them up. But then to tell us that Jaron Ennis don't want no smoke with Terence Crawford, and Terence Crawford is 37 years old. Y'all not saying he's too old. I just need you to pick a side of the argument that you on. This is why they love Dean, and I love you too. I promise you I do. I love you too. Absolutely. I told y'all, I won't lie once. I may not have all the facts straight. It could be a year off, a couple months off, whatever. But you get the point. You know what I'm saying is true. I'd much rather y'all do what I do and like I do with Devin Haney and just say I'm not a Devin Haney fan. I don't particularly like Devin Haney. I don't like Teofimo Lopez, or I'm not a Ryan Garcia fan either. Am I a Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez hater when I say that though? Because you're not a Ryan Garcia fan or Teofimo Lopez fan either. But you're not a hater when you say that though, right? It's funny how y'all know my saying, I'm Mr. Consistency. Y'all know my saying, what's good for the goose gotta be good for the gander. And I'm glad that Terence Crawford came out here and exposed that. Now, you can go argue with Terence Crawford about how good Yoriokas Gamboa is or isn't, but none of you Earthmen have been in the ring with him. And Yoriokas Gamboa hurt. The same punch that he caught Terence Crawford with and wobbled him, he caught Gervonta Davis with those same punches, actually a nastier combination, and didn't hurt Tank at all. It's mighty funny how that works. But again, like I said, if y'all gonna say Gamboa old, then I need you to say every fighter that's Gamboa age at that time and older is over the hill and old. I need y'all to say it. Because right now, Terence Crawford got the same amount of fights, if or a little bit less, than Yoriokas Gamboa had, but we know Yoriokas Gamboa come from Cuba. And if you don't understand why I said that, then you don't need to be following boxing and you don't understand. If you understand, type understand. Sorry, I'm petty. I keep telling y'all, man, I let people talk that like to talk because you get to see how full of ish they are. Y'all already know what this is, though, right? Deem by any means. And I holla at y'all.